Okay, now we will proceed to the third and final video to show you where you can find and search some of my favorite business resources available to you through the library. And in this last section, we're going to look at sources for industry information. And again, these are located in a tab. If you click Industry and Market Research, I'm going to show you a few favorites. The first one here, called IBIS World, perhaps is the favorite business database of all students, covering almost any topic in any class because it is so comprehensive, so detailed, has so much granular hard data, and it's easy to use. So let's click on it, and you'll see when you come to the IBIS World homepage, they may ask you to sign on. This seems to happen now and then, but it's very easy to do. It only takes a second. And as I'm doing this, I should tell you also that IBS World provides overviews on over 700 niche industries. So you can really get some very detailed industries here through this database. All right, let's go on, save, and move forward. And I'll show you also that these industry reports cover both the United States, also globally, and there's a special section on China. And to get a sense of how detailed these reports are, here you can see some of the recently updated reports: cosmetic and beauty products, heavy engineering construction, tutoring and driving schools, supermarkets and grocery stores, pizza restaurants. So again, you get a sense of how niche these industry reports are, and you'll always see the most recently updated reports. But let's go to the industry reports for the US, and let's choose an industry to look at. So let's look at, for example, 3D printers. As an example, just type that in the box, hit search. Okay, let's try it again. Sometimes these things are quirky. Let's see if this one time it works. Okay, there we go. So it's telling you all the industry reports available. So here's one, for example, right at the top under US. It also searched the Chinese industry reports. But let's look at 3D printer manufacturing. And you'll pull up the full industry report here. And what's nice about IBIS World is that every single report has the exact same tabs: industry at a glance, industry performance, industry outlook, products and markets, competitive landscape, major companies, operating conditions, and key statistics. And you can click on any of these tabs to get the details. This first page is a general overview, but I often like to go to industry at a glance to get some very nice graphics. Here you'll see, for example, what the full revenue is, the growth, profit, exports in this industry, who's got the largest market share, key external drivers, what sort of products and services are included in this category, and many more details and an executive summary about this industry. But again, if you want to know on how it's going to go in the future, if you click on Industry Outlook, you can read it says demand for 3D printers is forecast to continue surging over the 5 years to 2020, and it's filled with data and information as to what the growth areas are and how they're going to grow, and all the way up to 2022, including its industry life cycle and why it's growing. Lots of good data and charts. Again, if you want to know the major companies, you can click here to get a profile of who has the largest market share in graphics, as well as a textual description comparing the financial and strategic outlook for each of the larger companies. And you can look at, for example, key statistics here. And here you'll get things like all the industry data, how many people the industry employs, the wages, annual change, key ratios. And so really a wealth of information. And again, every one of these industry reports has the same tabs. So that makes it very easy for you to find and know what you're going to get when you do a search. And although I'm clicking to see different sections here, remember, you can always click PDF here. And in that case, you can download the entire report all at once. And that's very convenient as well. So going back to the main page, the business research page, that was IBIS World. I should mention too, we've looked at Market Line Advantage before for company information, but it's also very good for industry information, particularly for international industry information. So if I put in Brazil and let's say motorcycles, you want to know about the motorcycle industry in Brazil. Here it is right at the top. And here's a full report on the value, the forecast, segmentation, leading companies, everything you want to know about what it looks like to be in the motorcycle industry in Brazil. So lots of good industry data also on MarketLine. And again, what's good is that it covers so many different countries. And like with IBS World, you can download the full report if you'd like, here or there. I'm just going to quickly tell you about two other industry reports that I like quite a bit that you should be aware of. I don't think it's necessary to demonstrate them. They're very straightforward. But Frost & Sullivan right here and Gartner, these have very good, deep, in-depth analysis on technical topics. It could be related to plastic molding technology for Frost & Sullivan, or new soldering devices, whatever it might be, pharmaceuticals. Well, Gartner is also technology, but it's specifically IT, so software, apps, anything computer related, enterprise computing, and so on. So these are very in-depth, detailed reports that are written by experts and analysts that you can, some of my favorite in-depth library resources. I do want to show you here very briefly. I mentioned before earlier that there is a page linked to your from your Blackboard just for your class, Corporate Financial Accounting. It's just at libguides.rochester.edu/ACC401 if you need to go there directly. But here you'll find our directories on things like accounting rules and standards and accounting journals, where to find them, a discussion on understanding quartiles and RMI industry norms. So if there's some very specific accounting related topics, you will find them as well in your own LibGuide. So I hope to see many of you around campus. And I want to remind you, of course, if you have questions or need to see me for any reason, please drop me an email, schedule an appointment, come by sometime, and good luck in this and your other classes this semester. Thanks for spending the time.